and you're very, very robotic.
Yeah. So I was like, that's why I never kind of finished it. I was like,
not to mention, you could do a 5 to 7 minute speech. In my programs, I get people to do sometimes 30-minute talks. Last week, I had people do a hot seat. 30 minutes you're in front of the audience, and for 30 minutes they're gonna pepper you with questions, and you got to make them interesting. But don't worry, I'm gonna give you, ways to weave in your personal stories, your observational stories, analogies, case studies, expert opinions. It could be, maybe it's like some kind of a visual that you draw upon, maybe some kind of a lesson, but like always to make your answers sound articulate, right? You guys ever watch the podcast, and when you watch this podcast, you're wondering to yourself, you're like, how in the hell is this person able to speak for like 90 minutes and none of it is scripted? It can't be scripted because it's so organic and free-flowing. How are they able to do that, right? Have you guys wondered about that? Well, I got news for you. That is a skill. What is it?
skill.
It's a skill, guys. It's a skill. In my program, I teach people how to do that. This is not just the YouTubers that can do that. Y'all can do it too. I had a gentleman who joined the program, and one of his things was like, how can I be more comfortable at team meetings, but also how can I be more organic, right? And so he joins the program, and literally like 2 weeks later, the upper management noticed such a big shift in his personality that they asked him to go be a part of this panel discussion. And there was like all these like big wigs of the company like in the audience. And he said that whatever I taught him about how to like be articulate and interesting and in the moment, it was sinking in at such a level. And he only did a couple classes. Like he had a 12-month membership, but the invitation came literally after he did a couple classes. That's how fast it can happen, right? And so he said that when he was up there, he's like, I trusted the training, even though I only had a couple classes, but I just trusted that somehow in the class environment, it sunk in and it clicked. But at the same time, I didn't know if it was gonna this is like the real life. It's like Saturday Night Live, right? March Madness. Like, here we go, we got one shot at this thing and that's it, right? And so he said, the interesting thing is that I still felt, I gotta be honest, Ariel, I still felt right before I started speaking, just like seeing all these people that are like higher up than me, like they're right beside me, and we got all these fancy microphones and these big lights, this big auditorium. But he said, you know what, once I started speaking, I was able I realized that I was doing better than everybody else up there. Some of these people are like, VPs of the company. And he said that it's amazing. It's amazing like what your brain can do. Now out of that, he actually got a promotion like 30 days later, right? Like something like that, like a month later. I can't remember exactly, but like a month later, he got a promotion. Boosted up his salary, right? And at the same time, more important than the money, guys, because I think money is like, subjective, but like more important than the money is the confidence that he had.
Right.
And this confidence, he took it with him everywhere that he went. In his family, he became more of a leader, His wife respected him more. His kids listened more. In his community, when he was like speaking, all of a sudden people looked at him as the leader of the group. He was like the alpha person pretty much everywhere that he went. And he said it's amazing because I never thought that one decision to join some public speaking course would have like so many multi-benefits in my life. And I told him, I said, look, you guys familiar with Warren Buffett, right? Mm-hmm. Warren Buffett said, I went to 2 different universities. How many people here you went to college? Okay, let me tell you guys. Warren Buffett went to 2 universities. And he said, you know what the interesting thing is? Those university diplomas are no longer on my wall. But he said, the one diploma that's still on my wall to this day is the one I got from a public speaking course. He said, you guys know, it was the best investment I've ever made. Okay? Now, do you guys think that Warren Buffett knows a thing or two about investing?